What's going on, everyone? So the Phoenix Suns traded for Nick Richards the other day, and I really do think that that is a great pickup for them, right? Make it $5 million this year, $5 million next. True 7-footer, give you some rim running, right? Give you that lob threat, give you some rebounding, interior presence, defense, shot blocking, right? He is the exact type of center that I've talked about in the past that the Suns really need, right? They don't need a Yusuf Nurkic who's best with the ball in his hands, operating around the rim and can make plays out of the post. They didn't need that. You have your offensive firepower between Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. You needed a center that can do essentially two things: protect the rim and rebound. That's it. That's all you need. Right? Like, you need a guy that can run the floor, catch the occasional lob, get the offensive rebound and put back, but just play within a scheme. Protect the rim and help offensive and defensive rebounding. And that's what I think that they really got in Nick Richards. I actually like Nick Richards for the Phoenix Suns than I do most of the other teams he was linked to, right? Like such as the Knicks, even the Lakers. And I'm a Laker guy, right? I think Nick Richards would have been great for the Lakers, but I think he's going to be so much more. I think he'd be good for the Lakers. He'll be great for the Suns, right? Because he's going to play a very different role. He's probably going to be their starter. I don't know if he'll be the starter day one, but he'll probably be their starter at some point, right? And he's going to get a bigger role, bigger opportunity, and I think will have that impact because they only need what he provides, right? Obviously, there's going to be some, like, what do they do with Nurk now? What do they do with Mason Plumlee, right? Do they trade Mason Plumlee? Do they keep Mason Plumlee and trade Nurk? I think Nurk's probably the one that's going to end up going. I think he's probably going to be the one that's the odd man out. But I do think Nick Richards is a guy that should be, like, if it's Nick Richards, Plumlee, or Nurk, Nick Richards should be the starter, in my opinion, right? Because, again, I don't think you need Nurk. You need him. You need a Nick Richards to be that interior presence. Now, Nick Richards isn't perfect, right? He's probably best as a backup in most instances, most circumstances, but the Phoenix Suns are a very unique team compared to the rest of the league. So I do think you can get away with him as a starter on the Phoenix Suns as opposed to somebody else, right? Using my Lakers as an example. Nick Richards is the starter at the center spot. Probably not great, right? But for a team like Phoenix, who, again, like, they just need that guy that can be that interior presence. Now, he's not great in a few things. Defending the pick and roll, he's not ideal in, right? Not great switching out on the perimeter. He is good at, again, kind of being there and being that rim protector. Help defense at times, he'll find himself out of position, right? So him kind of being the weak side help, the blind side help, right? He's not a Walker Kessler or, Anthony Davis or anything like that. But I do think he is enough for what they need. Ideally, if they could have him and then go get like two 3-and-D wings, or go get a real guy with size that could be another defensive presence on the interior. Because you just, again, between Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant, you have your offense. You have your firepower. Right? At that point, you need guys that can do the dirty work, that can defend, rebound, right? And on occasion, hit the open shot, right? But for the most part, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant, they're the ones, they're going to be getting you 70 to 80 a game between the three of them, if not more, right? Like, you just need everyone else to kind of trickle in spots. And Nick Richards, I think, is a guy that'll give you that. He'll probably average or be close to a double-double a game. He'll probably get, 8 to 12 points, probably get you 8 to 10 rebounds a game. And that's fine, right? Like, he's a guy that I think will fill that void, will fill that hole for them. Give you the guy that can run and get out in transition when they're getting out in transition. He's good as like the pick and roll man, the slip man, right? So I think him and Trey Jones, right? Or Tyus Jones, sorry, the other brother, right? Tyus Jones, I think, is a guy that he'll really be able to develop that kind of two-man game with him when he's on the court at times and just kind of be the screen and roll man. Same thing with like a Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. Even Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is actually one of the better initiators in the pick and roll. So if he can operate that way alongside kind of their four main ball handlers, right, I do think that he's going to be very impactful, and I think will give them a different look that the Suns just don't have right now, right? Like, Plumlee is great. He's athletic. He can jump through the gym, right? Like, forerunner, big, physical, right? He gives them some nice things. Nick Richards, I think, will give them better kind of discipline on the interior. Now, he's not the cure-all, right? Like, I don't think, like, Nick Richards, like, oh, that's it. Phoenix, it's time to start buying Phoenix stock, right? Time to believe in Phoenix again. No, I still think that they're a disaster. I still think it's probably too late for them to do anything meaningful. But also beyond that, I just think that they're, realistically, I think that they need several things, right? Like, they need probably 2 or 3 3-and-D guys and some more size, right? Like, they just have too many holes, too many needs, too many things that they got to figure out. But I do think Nick Richards is a big step in the right direction. And I do think he is a guy that fixes one of the needs that they have. So now if they can turn Nurk into, see, that's the problem, is like, what do you turn, or how do you turn him into something? But if you could turn him in even into like a low tier, like if the Hornets are still interested in Nurk, right? Because there was talks about them maybe interested in Nurk. Like, can you get a Cody Martin, right, 6'6" versatile wing, and like a Josh Green or something like that, right? Like, can you work something like that out? I think that they have like 1 or 2 more tradable firsts. I know that's not like the sexy names. I know that's not like that's the guy that, but I think that would be something like, get you 2 athletes out on the perimeter that can defend multiple positions, that can play multiple positions, do the dirty work. Both guys are really good at doing the dirty work, especially a Josh Green. He is like, I mean, it's what he was like known for. Right? That's why Dallas fans were disappointed that they let him go, right? Like, because he was the guy that could really have an impact, and I do think is, again, one of those guys that fits a need and fits a role. They need something like that. Or can you just get like one-dimensional guys, right? Like, just defensive guys, right? Like, ideally you'd want them to hit the occasional 3, but like, sticking with the Lakers, for example, like Jared Vanderbilt and Cam Reddish would be perfect for them, right? I don't think that they have anything that the Lakers would want, so I don't think that, but just to use examples of names that people might recognize, right? Like Cam Reddish, like if the Lakers end up trading Cam Reddish and a team waives him, I think they should be swapping or going and grabbing Cam Reddish. Guy that gives you size, defense, right? Like that's what they need. They need guys like that. They need like to find cheap, bargain guys that, yeah, maybe they're not best offensively, but defensively and hustle and rebound and all that stuff, they can just do the dirty work. That's what they need. Because again, you have the offensive firepower. You need the kind of more complementary pieces. In a perfect world, if you could get, if they could have gotten a Dorian Finney-Smith or, like I said, even like a Josh Richards, something like that, right? Like, again, that would probably be best and ideal. I just don't know how realistic it is for them. Like, are they going to be able to find that guy on the market with the limited assets that they have? It's probably not. So at that point, you need to go get guys with size, length, and defensive versatility. Right? So, but anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with my points? You disagree with my points? Kind of mixed in the middle. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.